Hi there. If you've ever thought, I want to start a home care agency because I love helping people, it looks like a good business, then this video is for you. Because while passion is great, starting a home care agency is more than handing out business cards and waiting for the phone to ring. So this is part one of our three-part mini-series titled, Are You Ready to Start a Home Care Agency? In this first episode, we're looking at 10 things you should seriously consider before you take the leap. Not trying to scare you, but to save you. Because starting unprepared is like building a house on sand. It looks beautiful until the first storm hits. All right, so let's jump in. The first thing is to clarify your why. Everyone starts with a why, but not every why will carry you through the hard days. You might want more freedom, or maybe you're driven by a deep desire to serve seniors with dignity. You just feel called. Whatever it's your why, it needs to be bigger than money, because there will be moments you'll question everything. Believe me, you think, what was I thinking in the first place? Your why is what will steady you when clients cancel, caregivers call off, and the phone never stops ringing. So before you start, sit down and ask yourself. Take some time, ask yourself, why am I really doing this? If the answer lights you up, it excites you, but scares you a little, you're on the right path. Okay? So, number two, assess your lifestyle. Home care isn't a 9 to 5. This business runs 24/7. Clients need help early in the morning. Caregivers may call out at midnight. And guess whose phone is going to ring? When we started, we felt so called to do this work. We didn't even think about our family situation at the time. We had 3 little children under the age of 7, and we needed 2 paychecks just to cover basic living expenses. It was challenging, to say the least. There were days when Paul was taking client calls in the car while I was handling caregiver scheduling issues with our last one on my lap. We didn't have all the answers, but we had a strong why. And somehow we found a way to make it work. So if you're considering home care, think about how it fits in your current season of life, in your current family situation. Do you have family support? Do you have time flexibility? Because in the beginning, this business wouldn't adapt to your lifestyle. You'll have to adapt to it. All right. We've talked about your why. We've talked about your lifestyle, your family situation. Number 3, know the industry. Home care isn't home health, and it's not helping people around the house. This industry is both and hard work. You're dealing with real families, real emotions, real responsibility. Before you start, do your homework. Learn about the industry. What kind of license do you need if you need one? What services are allowed in your state or in your community? You don't need to know everything, but you need to understand what you're walking into. Talk to other agency owners. Attend workshops. Maybe you even try to shadow someone one day so you can learn, see firsthand what happens in a home care agency, especially in a non-medical home care agency, to be specific. You may even want to talk to other home care owners who have been successful. So let's look at number 4. Check your emotional resilience. If you think you're calm under pressure, wait until your first caregiver no-show. So picture this. It's 6:30 a.m. in the morning. A caregiver calls out last minute. The client's daughter is panicking because her dad can't be left alone while she goes to work. You are still in your PJs, toothbrush in hand, trying to sound all professional while mentally flipping through your caregiver list like you're on a game show. We've been there. And if you can laugh about it later, then you'll do just fine. Emotional intelligence is key. You need compassion, patience, problem-solving skills all at once. Because you're not just managing a business, you're managing lives. So if you can stay calm in chaos, maybe even find humor in the madness, you fit right in. Number 5, get familiar with regulations. Compliance may sound boring, but in home care, it's survival. Every state has its own rules, and they change often. Licensing, background checks, training hours, supervision requirements. You need to know them all. If you're thinking, I'll figure it out later, that's like saying you learn to swim when you jump in the water. Missing a single step can delay your license or even shut your agency down. So I encourage you to check your state Department of Health website. Do your homework. It's not just doing busy work, it's for your protection. So you don't deal with the surveyor or with fines later on. Okay? All right. Let's look at I believe number 6 now. You need to understand your financial reality. So let's talk about money. When we started, it was a long time ago, over 2 decades ago. We didn't have much. We used a $12,000 credit card loan to get started. We were incredibly lean and ridiculously resourceful. We compared every cost, asked questions, we asked for discounts. We looked for the most cost-effective option for almost everything, from phones to equipment, you name it. But even then, it wasn't easy. Today, starting a home care agency, whether you buy a franchise or you go independent, it's much more expensive, depending on your state and your setup and your business plan, how you want to set up your agency. Nowadays, startup costs could range anywhere from, say, $40,000 to about $80,000 sometimes, even more. And remember, clients might pay you 2 weeks, 30 days, 60 days after service, but payroll is due every week. So if you don't have all the funding yet, focus on being resourceful. Use what you have wisely. Seek small business grants, maybe microloans, or find partners. You have to be resourceful and learn how to stretch every dollar until you grow. That's what we did. So for number 7, you want to have a plan, not just a dream. Dreams are beautiful, but they don't build a business. A plan will. A business plan maps out your vision, your numbers, and your next steps. Who is your ideal client, for example? How will you find them? What makes you different from the 10 other agencies near? You don't need 40 pages long, but you need direction. Because without a plan, you spend your days reacting instead of being proactive. I would encourage you to take our home readiness quiz. It will help you figure out whether you have a solid foundation or whether you need to wait, learn more about the industry, or understand your why before you jump in. For number 8, you need to gauge your support system. That's very important. When we started, our support system mattered more than we realized. There were nights we were both running on fumes. If one of us had a tough client conversation, the other picked up the slack. Thankfully, we had family who helped with the kids. Those moments made all the difference. So before you start, look around. Who's in your corner? You need people who encourage you, not question you. This journey can be lonely, but with the right support, it's incredibly rewarding. So number 9, assess your leadership readiness. Just because you want to be a business owner, that doesn't mean you have the right leadership mindset, the right leadership skills to build and grow your agency. So you want to assess your leadership readiness. So why is assessing your leadership readiness important? Home care is a people-centered and leadership matters. It's a people-centered business. So you must have the right leadership skills. You'll be managing caregivers, clients, office staff, referral partners, all with different personalities and needs. You have to make tough calls. When to let someone go, for example, how to handle a complaint with grace. Leadership isn't about doing everything yourself. It's about training the people you work with, delegating to them correctly so they can help you achieve your goals, help you achieve the business you dreamt of, help you provide the quality of care you promise your client. If you think in your mind, well, I've never been a leader before, that's okay. You can learn. You can read leadership books. You can take short courses. You can listen to podcasts while you drive. Every bit of growth you invest in yourself will multiply through your team. Last but not least, test your grit. Let's be real. Home care isn't for the faint of heart. It's like planting a seed. You water it, you protect it, you uproot the weeds, you wait for a while. It feels like nothing's growing. Then suddenly, clients start referring others. Caregivers stay longer. Your reputation takes root. That's the payoff of perseverance. There were times we thought maybe this isn't working, but every challenge taught us something. Every small win kept us moving forward. If you have grit and faith, you can build something truly life-changing right from the start. So, there you have it. 10 things to consider before you start your home care agency. If this got you thinking, that's good, because success doesn't start with just paperwork. It starts with preparation. So I encourage you to take our home care readiness quiz. It will show you exactly where you're strong, where you might need to tighten up before you start. And don't miss part 2, because in part 2, we're going to talk about business reality check. We'll talk about the systems that keep your business operation efficient. We'll talk about hiring, marketing, finance, the financial planning aspect, case management, and so forth. So if you found this part 1, this video interesting, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss part 2. Let's hear your stories. Others will learn from your experience. And if you have any questions or you like us to help you start, launch, and grow your home care agency and work with you on this journey, go on to askjohnandpaul.com. There you'll be able to schedule a free 30 minutes consultation or strategy call where we'll look at your current situation, give you the guidance that you need to start, to launch, to grow with confidence. Be sure not to miss part 2 by subscribing if you're not already a subscriber to the Premier Home Care Success channel. All right? Take care.